Wow, man, I can't quit now. I cannot quit now. After everything that I've been through from Magic, from the start, from 1995 up through Seattle, wow, travel, play in the Pro Tour, write, stream. Man, I'm getting teary-eyed just thinking through my story. Welcome in. Much love, Trav, here for a little heart-to-heart about Magic, what it means to me, and why everybody says I'm quitting, but most of the time they don't quit or they come back. Because a lot of y'all remember I had this video, it was one of my most viewed for a while, why I stopped grinding Magic tournaments. Hadn't played on the Pro Tour in 2 years, hadn't tried in over a year. I played in one GP, and I don't know what it is. Maybe God had a plan for me, maybe I just got lucky, but one tournament turned into another tournament, turned into me being a gold pro and being back on the grind and making all these friendships and teammates. And here's a picture of our new team this season, Team Metagame Gurus, Moon. Shout out to John Rolfe, who he was apparently, it's funny how the team was made actually. You know, Donald Smith is a guy who randomly applied to our mastermind program. Last year, he was a silver at that point, had played in a couple Pro Tours. Said, sure, let's go ahead and add you. And we went to Ireland together. He top eighted that. Got to watch him blast off with the help of the mastermind and him helping the mastermind. He becomes a coach, becomes platinum, and right as he's I kind of let him organize the team, and right as he's organizing, he goes and wins a job at R&D in Wizards of the Coast, which I think is a great opportunity for him. Really proud of him. Sad to lose him. But then suddenly, you know, all these people were brought together. No captain anymore. So I took the captainship. I'm the oldest guy on the team. It's a very young team. Helped with Ben Friedman's helped find us our sponsors. And John Rolfe is apparently a bronze. I didn't even know. I wasn't picky really, just like let's just you know finish what Donald started. But John goes on and top eights this Pro Tour, so that's really cool. Yeah, I just wanted to reflect though, because you hear all these players say, I'm going to quit, I'm quitting, and so much of the time they come back. And why is that? We talked about why Magic is so addictive. One reason is the emotional variance keeps us coming back. It's hard to find that level of joy and that level of despair in the same day and doing anything else. Emotional variance, again, try to stay zen, but it's a roller coaster every time. Another reason is the unfinished business. For me, the nice thing is most of my business is finished. I said I'd like to top eight a Pro Tour, but that was never a serious goal or dream of mine. It was actually more to travel and make content, which I continue to do. So that I don't have too much unfinished business in Magic. There's a book that I'm working on that'll actually be out surprisingly soon. Magic Life, my story of becoming a pro Magic player. Very excited about that. And that's got me thinking and all emotional and wanting to share some of my story with you guys. But another reason that it's so hard to leave is the relationships that we build. You get to know guys, you get to see people struggle, people struggling in real life, struggling on the Pro Tour, see someone succeed, changes their life totally, and it changes our lives together. And it's hard when friends continue to play on the Pro Tour, or at least friends continue to play on the Grand Prix circuit, and I see friends who I haven't seen in years re-qualify for the Pro Tour and stay with them, and it's hard to leave. It's hard to leave that. Why would you leave that, right? It's not just a lifestyle, but it's a community. It's a social network, and that's something that I love about Magic. One of the things that brought me into Magic was the community. Way to meet friends and make friends who are like me, but also a community that there's been some problems, but for the most part, never judged me for anything. Never, took me in despite how I am, despite how I act, despite how I look, and I have infinite gratitude to the community, not just the game, but the community for letting me live a life where I write and I produce and I travel and I try to help people and all the people who have bought my books and my courses, programs, donations, people who read my articles as I come up, people have talked to me at Magic tournaments. How can I quit, right? How can I quit? So why am I even talking about quitting? Well, when I say quitting, I don't mean quitting Magic, but the thing about the Pro Tour, for one, is even if you try to stay on, you may fall off, and you have to try very hard and can still fall off. And trying very hard entails not just going to the Pro Tours, but going to a bunch of Grand Prix, open events. And there's actually a pretty big sacrifice to that, which is why I can't see myself doing this forever or for that much longer, because in order to do that, you have to give up a lot. You have to give up a lot of stability. It strains relationships quite a bit, because you are always gone and traveling and so on, and you're here, then you're there, and maybe you come back, but it's been months or you're just flying every weekend depending on where you live and coming back, and it dominates your life, and it's a big sacrifice to do it, and it's a big grind to do it. And I enjoy the grind. I enjoy the cold, putting my head down. I'm from Seattle, right? I'm used to the dark gray skies and just dreaming and grinding to try to get out. But I can grind in the sun, and I can grind in a way that I think is more directly beneficial. One thing is, I think that my best work and my biggest impact has been in the Magic community by far. But it's not been through playing tournaments. It's not even been through meeting people at tournaments. It's been through making content. And I figured that out early. I was, like one of my idols was not the pro player, but Mike Flores, because I saw that he could make his impact through writing, even if he wasn't playing professionally. He was not a great player. I mean, he's a good player, but not a great player, not a pro player, really. And I don't need to do that to make my impact, to make my contribution. So I'm pulled in a lot of different directions here, of wanting a better life and better lifestyle for myself, but wanting to pay it back and be the greatest gratitude, or be the biggest service that I can. And I want to keep my relationships in Magic, and I want to be able to have a semi-normal life outside of Magic, but something has to be sacrificed. It's just not possible to do all those things. So I think what's going to happen is I'm going to try this season, and the truth is I'm trying. I'm not trying that hard. I've lost the drive to test online for hours. I just don't want to do it. So based on my actions, also on my results, I had a decent Pro Tour, 10 wins, 6 losses for 6 pro points, but I'm not on pace to be gold. I may spike a Pro Tour and it'll happen, but even if I do, I'm on to next season, and how much more motivated am I really going to be, I'm more motivated by lack than by keeping it going, right? Keeping it going is stagnancy. So if I'm motivated, it's by lack of a top aid, if anything. But like I said, that's never actually been a serious dream of mine. It'd be something that'd be nice if it happened, but it's not something I want to chase because of the randomness and the variance of it. And because, I don't know, I imagined myself being the writer, the deck builder, haven't imagined myself holding the trophy, and that's fine, for some people, whatever. So there's not really a lack that's motivating me for the tournaments themselves. If anything, the lack is in the outside part of my life, which has suffered because of really obsessing over this, and I want to get back to right. So you can see how I'm pulled in a lot of ways, but the reality is this: I grew up in the community, I was raised in the community, I blasted off in the community. I owe the community for my livelihood, everything that I've done. I've traveled. I can't quit now. I will not quit now. I'm not quitting. And if I say I am, I will be back. Back to the Pro Tour, maybe, maybe not. But active in the community, playing, producing, for sure. However, once again, I still have 3 more Pro Tours this year. I will play in those, or 3 more Pro Tours this season. I will play in those. I might not prepare as I have in years past, but I will prepare, and I have good teammates and better networks and information, so I can actually get good results without, in the past I was just kind of a lot struggling on my own or with a couple people, but now that I have good networks, I can, I contribute as much as I can. That's not true. I try to contribute, be helpful more than a work I create, but I just had my 2 best constructed performances at 7 and 3, and this one I really just net decked Ben Friedman. I was like, let's save time. I'll help you with your deck. I'll play your deck. Ben really came up with the blue-black God gift that I took to 7 and 3. So keep working with my teammates, and we'll see how the rest of the season goes. Just want to share that with you. Appreciate you. Want to say much love, and it will be good. It's gonna be an interesting year, and I will share a lot of that with you. So take care. I appreciate you. Much love.